Yes, today's a beautiful day. Today's a beautiful day. Welcome to Africa's Talking Podcast in collaboration with Impact Masters Podcasts, hosting one and only a wonderful guest, the man himself, the guru, the coder with over 10 years experience. Today we are talking about tech, Rwanda tech ecosystem. And he's a gentleman who has been in the ecosystem for quite some time. And today we're going to engage how is Rwanda tech ecosystem doing. And thank you for joining us, those of you who are joining us online. It's your host, Michael Kimathi, and welcome you with all humbleness. And we have one and only Bwanakweli. Bwanakweli, how are you?
Good, thank you.
You're good?
Yeah.
Nice. It's good to have you here. And one of the things that I've come to realize that, Chief, you have had over 10 years of programming experience. You are a full-stack developer, hands-on experience designing, developing, and implementing scalable solutions using a range of technologies and programming languages. You've worked on multi-channel communication platform that flows millions of messages on high availability environment. Also, you have found one of the companies known as Mr. LLC. If you're on Twitter, it's Mr_IO, which is Bwanakweli's company. And interestingly is that for you, tech has been forthcoming. But before we talk about tech, we'd like to know about you, mostly, where you started, where were you born, where did you go to school, how was that experience like, so that we can be able to connect, the dots. And if there's someone who is listening to you, maybe in Rwanda primary school, I don't know, nursery school, I don't know how that system is around here, but we'd like to know that experience.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. As you said, my name is Bwanakweli, Alex. Bwanakweli is a family name. And I'm a developer for, it's actually more than 10 years. But when you count 10 years, it's when you have started seriously writing some running codes.
Yeah.
I remember in the time we started writing C programming as starting programming. So I went to a secondary school. It was a new school in Rwanda to introduce computer science.
Yes.
At that time, it was called informatique. It was in French. It was in Francophone. It was
Français. Yeah.
So
you guys did the French curriculum?
Yeah, I've started in French.
What was this?
Well, that was back in 2009.
2009.
Yes.
You were in high school?
I was in high school.
Yes. But, you went to, do you start here at nursery school?
Yes. I've actually not attended nursery school.
Oh, so you just went to class 1?
Yeah, went to class 1. So some of us didn't really get that privilege to go in nursery school. Nursery school is fancy.
Yeah. It's fancy, yeah? Yeah. Do you have kindergartens here?
Yeah, we do. It's actually...
Okay.
Yeah, we do have kindergarten. And it's in our time, none of us
that was luxury.
It's too much.
So at what age did you go to class 1?
7.
7 years
Yes.
old. Oh, okay. I think it's also the same back in Kenya, back in the day. But right now, people are starting to go to school at 3 years old.
Which class?
That is PP1 with the new curriculum CBC. Then they go to PP2, then PP3, and then now they go to class 1. So PP3 is like nursery school because they're around 5-6 years. Yeah, so it looks like, things are improving in terms of how people are joining school. And how was that for you? Like, did you get to play a lot with other kids, now that you had to stay 7 years at home?
Backing on the experience, I've attended P1 after the genocide against Tutsi.
Chief, now that you mentioned that, I didn't know you are that, you're in that generation. So when you went to PP1, that's when the genocide happened?
No, after.
Just after.
So
So even you were younger when genocide, okay, after. That means you are there, right?
Yes.
So how was that experience?
Terrible.
It's very traumatizing.
Yeah. I was around 6 years, but I have some images.
Yeah.
It's like, let me try to compare that experience. You see in COVID, like that terrible lockdown.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you see that. You know, that was horrific enough.
Yeah.
So imagine now the people are kid. So you're a kid, you don't know what is happening, but you know the environment. So you're running with my parents and people are hiding. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's...
And you don't know what's going to happen next. Maybe you are the next victim, or your parents are the next victim.
Yeah, you know, we are a kid, you don't know what it is, but you see your parents are traumatized, neighbors, hear sounds of gunshots, and, fire burning. And
Back in the day, you used to stay in Kigali or outskirts of Kigali?
In the village.
In the village. Which village is this?
The village is in east part of the country.
Yeah.
It's called Gatsibo district now. So it's I don't know, for people in Rwanda, they know Mutara. So
Mutara.
It's Kiziguro.
Yeah.
So it's
around that place.
Around that place.
And this is close to Tanzania, right?
Not really. So, but it's on your way to Tanzania. When you go to the east and you continue to Nyagatare, you are way to
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
The reason why I'm asking this is because your name Bwanakweli means truthful sir or something in English, right? But you have a history with that name. Actually, you're telling me earlier before we start the podcast. Do you mind maybe telling that story again? Because it's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, Rwandan, our parents and grandparents. So they have this displacement history.
Yeah.
So Rwandans, they have this history of going seek refugees in East Africa, in Uganda, in Kenya.
Yeah.
So
due to genocide, or even before.
Not like there is now pre-genocide, which was a situation around there.
Yeah.
And there's now the genocide and post-genocide.
Okay.
So before genocide, even in 1950 something, our grandparents would move in countries for so many reasons.
Yeah.
So then now you see, my grandpa is actually alive. He's very old. He's 94.
Awesome stuff. Yeah.
He's very old.
Mine too, by the way.
I need to go see him.
Yeah.
So I heard he was part of Congo. So
he was Congolese originally.
No, Rwandan, but
migrated to Congo.
So moved to Congo. So I think that's where he got the name to name my father
Bwanakweli. So from Congo or from Tanzania?
Congo, they speak Swahili.
Oh, they speak a lot of Swahili. Yeah.
Swahili, Congo, and Tanzania, and Kenya. So those three countries are Swahili speaking.
And now even in Rwanda, Swahili is a bit spoken, right?
Yes. So many people. You see, around people, you can greet someone in Swahili, so you can adapt.
Yeah. And you are saying that it's very interesting for Africans to, consider not using so much of English names, and you see something to do with St. Peterson.
Okay, in my own opinion,
yes,
Africans should have their own history, their own ancestors, their own names, their own identity.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not very sure about that.
Yeah.
My name is Alex.
Alex, which is an English name.
An English name.
Yeah.
I don't know who's that Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know where the Mzungu Alex, where he came from or his history.
Yeah.
But instead, I know another man here with a Rwandan name or an East African name that I would
relate to.
Yeah, it's,
No, I mean, that's very powerful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I call someone Saint Peter or just Jean Pierre,
Yeah.
which is a French man? I don't know.
Yeah.
Alexander.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
We have our own heroes in tech,
Yeah.
at wars.
Yes.
Yeah.
In everything, actually.
Why would we?
Yeah. But, I mean, I think that's very powerful. And nothing against French or English men and women. But also what we're saying, that the reason why we're doing this podcast is because we found out our history is stolen, destroyed, or halted. And we decided from this point going forward, we're going to create our own story that we can relate to, and which our great future generations could come, listen to, and they know the Bwanakweli who has been maybe coding for this long, he has this and this history. Maybe he went to this school. Maybe there was this, process of him becoming who he is. And that's why for me, when I ask someone who they are, I know formally people say, I went to this school, I graduated with this degree, I did that and that. 2 seconds, done. Now, what we are doing is that we are just erasing what is important about our growth. Maybe, you never know, genocide played a key role in how you view people, in how you communicate, in how you think, in what you are doing, and even how you treat other people, right? But if you avoid that part, then someone might be like, why is he doing this? Maybe there's something happened along the way, may it be good or bad, but it influences who you are right now as Bwanakweli. So Bwanakweli, and I'm saying this because I like that discussion earlier about, adopting African names so that also we can keep our history.
And Africa identity and
yes,
something very important.
Yeah.
And black consciousness.
Yes. What is that?
Black consciousness is now, I see, that in Kenya, that in East Africa, trying to have our identity, which is very much related to the West or something. I have don't hear me, but I have no hate or nothing really against the other side.
Yes.
But now having this human identity, you need to have your own history.
Yeah.
You need to be proud of who
you are. Yeah.
We need to have our own tech giants.
Yeah.
We need to introduce our own way of doing things.
Yes.
Yeah, and we need to create our stories, which is what we are doing right now.
Exactly. Chief, you have said it all. That's quite a good introduction. That's how I do introduction about this. So you were in primary school, right? You went to standard 1. Were you in a single boys' school, girls' school, missionary school? What was that setting?
Hey, you're trying to make it luxury. So that was right after the genocide. So school were destroyed.
So there were no buildings for school?
Yes. Then would sit on you see this kind of bricks they make out of soil.
The one that are making all the buildings here, including the storage buildings. But if you've never been to Rwanda, I would encourage you to visit because Rwanda is one country that has come a long way in 22 years, to be exact, after genocide. And literally, the country was destroyed, burned down, destroyed. There was nothing. And 22 years down the line, with the leadership of His Excellency Kagame, he has rebuilt, I would say that literally, stone, brick by brick. So you guys would just pile those bricks, like 5 of them, and then sit there.
Sit on that.
No tree, no nothing.
Some of I remember that very well. Some of students, they would sit under the trees and they put the blackboard, the wooden made blackboard.
Yeah. Which would be supported by the tree trunk.
So, and they learn and I remember, but this is most funny for people. People will think that we are exaggerating this.
Yes.
I remember in the primary school I've attended, right after the genocide, it was prohibited to wear shoes.
Literally, don't wear shoes.
Don't wear shoes.
And what was the reasoning behind that?
The reason behind that, in that kind of education, when we're trying to make equality.
Yeah.
So some people would now wear good shoes and socks, white socks, and others are not.
Yeah.
So it was at that time really prohibited not to. But I think after some other years, so they said it's okay.
Yeah.
Wear shoes.
Yeah.
But
After at least people were stabilized enough.
Stabilized.
Was it like 5 years after or?
No, it was like 2 years after.
2 years after.
Yeah.
People at least could see, okay.
Yeah, it's
At
okay.
least people
No
are,
problem.
yeah. Because even what brought the genocide is the inequality, right?
Inequality, yes.
Where maybe one of the tribe was rising. So I hear. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I visited the genocide memorial. And these are some of the stories that I collected in that experience. And by the way, if you're strong enough, you can come visit the memorial and understand how human beings can just turn into inhuman, literally, and you cannot figure out. And that's why whenever there is conflict right now, there is conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and there's some people who don't get the context of that. So human can actually turn into something different, and it's like okay, even animals are better, right? So. When you listen to that, I realized that, there were people who are more privileged. There was a nepotism. There was an equal distribution of wealth. And some people felt like, no, this is not going to go on. Of course, there was an external influence, but that's the context I got.
Yeah. At the top of that, that was inequality.
Yeah.
Systematic inequality. Plus hatred being dig for a long period of time.
Years and years.
You see, in Kenya, you have tribes,
yes,
don't you?
Yes, we have 52, I think, tribes.
But imagine if now it is systematic, now eliminating one tribe. These guys are ABCD or something. So that's what
stereotyping.
Happened. So that's what happened to Rwanda over a period of time. With education, back in time, it would really penetrate people's mind, and one day they would now start becoming dragon, and they do something unimaginable.
Yeah. So then you guys started wearing shoes. You were in class 3 or class 4?
No, I was in P1. I think we have started wearing shoes.
So how is it? Is it class 1, PP1? How
No, it was P1, primary 1, 2, 3, up to 6.
Up to 6.
Then from 6, you go to O level.
O level.
O level 1, 2, 3. And then A level 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So it's like 6, 3, 3.
Yes.
Then do you go to university after that?
Yes, I went to university. I've attended Independent University of Kigali.
Yeah.
And dropped at year of 2. Yeah, so I was hustling at that time.
Okay.
Making some gigs.
Wait a minute. We are jumping the gun here. So I don't want us to all the way from P1 to university. Yes. How? Because of course this is like recovery mode, right? You're in P2, P3, right? Where now you can wear shoes. And that shows you like people at least are accepting and recovering and cooling down and saying whatever happened. Let's try to be normal and also appreciate those who have and encourage those who don't have to get. And this is one thing that I've also witnessed as Army, and this is 2022. So there's a place Kigali looks so good. I was asking, you guys, do you have a ghetto? Do you have a slum? Do you have something like that? Because of course in Kenya we have Kibera slum. And I was like, I can't see a place like that. Also in South Africa they have Soweto. So I was asking this, and I was pointed to one place. It's not that bad, but I was also informed that those people will be moved in formal settlement, where is much better, more organized, the sewer system. And I think under leadership of Kagame, once he took over, one thing that he tried to do is equalize people as much as possible by either subsidizing some of these settlements, helping people rebuild, giving equal opportunities. Has that helped for people to heal?
Eradicated tribe and race.
Yes. I hear actually asking someone here, their tribe is not taken kindly.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do that.
If you're listening, if you visit Kigali, please, or Rwanda in general, Don't go asking people, which tribe are you? It won't be taken kindly because people are traumatized by that.
Yeah, it's, recovering from traumatic moments does not take a day or two, a year or two.
Yeah.
It's something that we take almost lifetime.
Yes.
Another generation, the next generation would be fully recovered from that.
Yeah.
So that's why there is some things to do, things to say, and things not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you mentioned at the leadership of His Excellency Paul Kagame.
Yeah.
So, he did with his government a very wonderful job.
Yeah.
Trying to reunite a scattered population.
Yeah.
And bring national unity.
Yeah.
And last year actually, he was introduced a ministry of national unity.
Yeah, a whole full-fledged ministry. Yeah.
So, and you see that shows you so many efforts.
Yeah, the commitment that he has. Because there's a question I asked. I don't know who I asked this question during this time. That now that, of course, age is not on his side as it was maybe a few years ago. And there have been, external forces, people saying that he has overstayed everything. But I would say, honestly speaking, His Excellency has done a lot of work. If African countries, those who have gone through the experience that you have had, like right now, Burkina Faso experienced coup d'etat, right? I understand they have been doing this for years. If there's someone like Kagame who was committed to, ensure that at least we have a country to leave to the future generation, I would give them more years. Honestly. And also, remember, I have to say this is my own opinion. Someone out there maybe might have a different opinion. There are people who maybe see Kagame in bad light. But of course, in any human being, we always find weakness. But if you focus on weakness alone, you don't see the progress. Me, I choose to see the progress. I choose to see what he has done with 22 years in power. And I see what he's trying, the effort that you're saying, is putting maybe ministry in place so that there is that commitment and intentionality in doing things. So one thing that I have come to realize that maybe some people might not appreciate that. Maybe your children, when they come in, when they grow, they might not understand what you understand from what he's doing. So some of these conversations, what actually maybe can give them context of what you and your generation, because I understand most of that generation actually, right now they are very young, maybe 30, 35, and you are still traumatized. But your children might not understand that. Maybe they will come in the digital era.
We actually have a new generation.
Yeah.
We call it a .com generation.
A .com generation.
So it's this young...
the born 2000.
2000 and my sisters and brothers. So sometimes it is very hard to really explain them the context, like how it happened. So imagine another next generation. So that's why there is more resources really dedicated to educate that history where it came from. And for those people who are criticizing that, I would give you one simple example. If you have a company and you have a good supplier who supplies, let's say, milk and bread in the morning, which is good enough for years. Would you wake up one day to say, I'm tired of this, and now you start looking for another supplier?
No.
You don't. So, and that is way beyond that.
Yes.
Now you have a leadership. And you see someone who brought together the whole nation. And now he's doing good. And numbers can say. So numbers can tell.
Chief, actually, not numbers alone. If you land in Kigali, you will see it, you'll feel it.
So now when someone is just sitting, you see people can criticize something. And me, I've seen this whole experience. I sometimes go on YouTube, watch a video talking about something, and you see someone from somewhere will come and say something completely different. So you cannot really stop people, criticizing things they want to criticize, or talking or seeing things in their own views. So, but now for the owner at home, we know what it is, and we really
you guys appreciate where you have come from.
That.
So that's it. Actually, that's very good because I think it's on record. And do you think there is more to be done?
Yes.
A lot
to be
more,
done,
right?
yes.
Yeah. I hear this.
That's why I told you we
yeah.
need to have our own African saints. Because we have our own history, we
Yes.
have our own heroes,
Yeah.
we have our own experience.
Yes.
So things would now go on record.
Yes.
We would have a hero, an
Yes.
African hero, someone who really saved life from ashes.
Yeah.
Hey, why would we have someone else from another continent? We have our own.
We don't know. We don't know even why they were called that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, so you finish PP6. You go to O level.
I went to O level.
So how you guys were taught in French?
Yeah, at that time was French
So
system.
At what point did you turn to English?
I went to P1 up to 6 in French.
Yeah.
And O1 up to... I have actually switched to English when I was in the S4, which is A level 4.
Oh, okay.
Senior 4.
Okay.
So it's... I think I've explained you that...
You said there is A1, A2, and A3.
Yes, and there is O.
And then there is O1, O2, O3.
No, there is... I think I've confused you.
Yeah.
As I confused myself. So there is O level.
It's quite confusing, yeah?
O level, 1, 2, 3. After you go that, I remembered that we go to senior.
Senior O level.
Senior 1, senior 2.
It's not O level, it's just senior.
I don't know, sorry.
Yeah.
I have completely confused. I remembered, so it's senior 1 up to 6.
Okay.
Senior 1 up to 6. But senior 1 up to 3, it is ordinary level. And now senior 4 up to 6, it is advanced level. And you just earn a diploma or a certificate, advanced level of education certificate.
Yeah.
So, but in general, from those 6 years are called senior 1, 2, 3. It's after primary studies.
Okay.
In Rwanda.
Yeah. Okay. So that means you went to. There's a reason why you re-explained that. You were talking about the advanced level.
Yes. So the advanced level is where you know how it is structured.
Yeah.
It is actually, I think it is Belgian system. I don't know. It was from senior 1 or O level 1 up to 3.
Yeah.
You study all subjects.
Yes.
You don't major in anything. So after that, you do a national exam.
Yes.
And when you pass it,
you
go to a senior 4.
Okay.
Where you major in something, say biology and chemistry. There is some combinations.
Yeah.
And they keep changing. Today we have PCM, which is mathematics, physics, and chemistry. We have it's many combinations.
Yeah.
So when you start now S4, you major in some subjects.
Yeah.
And when you earn the advanced level certificate, A level certificate.
Yeah.
Yes. After that, that's where a university comes.
You go to the university. So let me say, because A level is like your high school time, right?
Yes.
Which is in Kenya now, high school then university. We used to have that system, and then we changed to 844. Now we are reverting to 7, I think 3. I'm not sure how it's going. It's CBC, but I went through 844.
But we actually have another program. They call it TVET program.
TVET.
So it's kind of it's a combination of subjects. But I don't know. I don't master that well. But the advantage
is it a new one?
What is that?
Is it new?
It's new one. Yes, but the advantage of that is to make people learn some practical skills.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's more practical.
It is more practical.
Okay.
Because after that, we now learn biology, chemistry, and geography. In the end, when you complete your studies, you you don't know where to apply the history of Napoleon. So we are more practical. So if it's artisan or you're doing plumbing, so you complete advanced level when you actually know how to do something, and you can even start earning some living
right away.
Yeah.
So you become like a carpenter, things to do with
mechanics.
Yeah, like is it called DIY? Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah, I know the DIY.
DIY, yeah.
But it's well structured. My sister attended the school. She have done the
tailoring. Yeah.
So the tailoring she's doing fashion.
Yeah.
And I was now encouraging her, funding her own company.
Yeah.
So she's too young to really get serious on that, but I'm very sure that she will venture her own fashion company.
And design, yeah. So, Bwanakweli, and this is very interesting because also even in Kenya, that's what the change is all about. Because with the 844, there is so much theory knowledge until Form 4. So that's like 12 years of just theory knowledge. And there was a debate like, should we be more practical so that in case you drop at Class 8 or Form 4 or decide to do a certificate, you're more practical with your hands. And I think that's very interesting because now at least people can be able to earn their living even before they complete the school. But besides the point, how was your high school? Like you guys, did you write letters to each other? Yeah. Did you have this girlfriend, boyfriend, manenos?
So the high school was fun.
Yeah.
So I've started the high school in boarding school.
In boarding school?
Yes.
Boys only?
No. Boys
mixed. Okay.
Mixed. So, and it was a Catholic managed school.
Mm-hmm.
So the discipline was at high level. And, those things, you have someone that you like.
Yeah.
Then you have a girl that will help you keep your plates.
And wash there.
Wash that. And, those things can be there, but it was not this serious or not open.
Yeah.
But it is
it's just
there.
young guys exploring,
what
this.
Yeah. High school is fun.
Yeah.
High school is you go to dormitory.
Yeah.
And now I don't know how you call it. Someone called animateur. So animateur is this called patron or someone.
Oh, okay.
So that guy now have a room close to the dormitory. So at 5 o'clock, he's like dun 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 dun, knocking on the dome. Wake up,
all of you
for claps. Hey,
there was no bell.
No bell. Now
you would wake up. You reach like each and every person.
No. He would now go ring on the door, on the metallic door. With I don't know.
Some metallic or stone. Okay.
Something is dun dun dun.
Okay, so that was a bell enough.
So you wake up, and if they need to go for preps, if you don't, they will close the dome inside. Now they start go hunting people. They have closed the
So how many patrons did you have in one dormitory?
We had like two.
So one will just guard the door and the other one will come for you.
No. One we close. We check
Close
the other side.
okay.
The dome would have 2 doors each side. So he would now wake you up and you go take a shower at 5.
Yeah.
So around 6, he will close the door. And when you're enclosed inside,
there is punishment.
Hey, serious.
You guys, did you get like getting flogged or caned for that?
The caning thing was now finished with primary. And we have now started getting this kind of punishments. You go dig in schoolyard. So, and different other things. You go clean the dormitory.
So there were more practical responsibilities that you could have.
But previously in primary,
and the reason why I'm asking you this is because I understand also during COVID, the guys who were caught breaking the COVID rules could sit in a field for like 2 days.
Here in the stadium.
In the stadium for 2 whole days.
I actually went to the stadium.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Who didn't go to the stadium in Kigali?
I went to the stadium. You know why?
Yeah.
I wanted to. I checked my store and I found nothing to eat. So I actually.
You're not supposed to go out.
You were supposed to go out, but I don't know in which structured way. We would apply for clearance.
Mm.
Clearance.
That you should go and shop.
There is a government portal, the police portal actually. You go, you apply for a clearance to go out. If you go with the car, you should register your number plate, the time you're going, the time you're returning. And now someone from police side will approve, and then you go. If you go outside of that,
how long did that approval take?
Now in meantime, the system was saturated because it was now human approval. Someone would check your reasons and approve you or disapprove you.
It was manual.
Manual.
The process was digital, but the approval was manual.
Yeah. It was not automated.
Yeah.
So that time would now take several hours.
Yeah.
So when you get tired, instead of dying with hunger, let me try my luck.
Yeah.
So going there, I've explained to a cop, and he said, you're confusing me.
Yes.
So show me the money. So I have it on mobile money.
Okay.
Show me the bag. I have it in the car. You.
You are lying.
Hey, you are lying. Go to the store.
With your car or without?
With the car.
So you will stay there with your car?
No,
with what?
They will take your driving permit. And
which means you can't drive.
And no, they will take it, send it to the stadium. So they tell you, go and
explain yourself there.
Correct your papers from the stadium. So in the stadium, we would sit some hours, and then there is a cop that will explain your situation, your case. And then he understands. He will say, where is your driving permit? Say, there on the table. Correct it and go. If you don't convince him enough, then you wait
2
some
days.
more hours and pay some fines.
Yeah. The reason I've asked is, even with the caning in school, is the discipline in Kigali or Rwanda generally. I also know that right now you can't drive past 60 kilometers per hour in city roads.
That's why there is this now cameras.
Cameras. Yeah.
And you don't drive here when you don't drink and drive.
Yeah. That's a serious crime I saw here.
This is very serious. Because I think I understand this.
It's a good thing, yeah.
Because people would now go drink up to 100%. Now they enter the car. Someone would go crash life of 5 people for no reason.
Who actually were not drunk. Yeah.
So better you drink.
So this has reduced the
really?
Accident rates.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's really bringing order.
Nice. Amazing stuff. So Bwanakweli.
Yes.
So you finish your high school, you performed really well.
Yes.
Because I know going to University of Kigali is not easy. It's one of the public universities, right?
It's not a public. It's a private.
It's a private university. Do you have public universities?
You mean public universities those are sponsored by government?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We have University of Rwanda, which has colleges.
Okay.
College of Education.
Yeah.
College of Science and Technologies.
Yeah.
So in that context, those are the public schools, the public universities.
Yeah.
So, but there's privates.
Okay.
Yes.
And University of Kigali is one of the private universities.
Yes.
And what made you take computer science? Did you choose sciences while in high school?
Computer science.
Yeah.
I've attended the high school doing computer science.
Oh, you start doing computer science in high school? That is A level?
A level, yes.
Okay.
3 years of computer science.
What do you do there? That's interesting.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I will tell you. So, major subject we had programming. That's
in which language?
We have started C, S4, C++, and Visual Basic, Microsoft Visual Basic.
Yeah.
And we had so many other subjects, including networking, basics of IP.
Nice.
And operating system.
Yeah.
So operating system that we would, and web designing. It was cool enough.
Yeah, it was interesting.
For secondary.
And do you have options, or you just go there to do exactly computer science?
I like computer science because I like to play with machines.
Yeah.
And my father, even if we were in village,
yeah,
he was decent enough to buy me a desktop computer. I was playing with a desktop computer
At home.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this old desktop computer with a Pentium 2 or something. Like that.
Yeah.
So I would play with that and say to advance this.
Yeah.
I didn't know really. I thought I have exhausted everything I would learn in computer until when I go to a secondary to have major subject, including to explore more things you can do in computer science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So, so by the time you are joining high school, I want to just program. I just want to do hardware. Or how did you arrive that I want to just do programming? Because there's several routes in computing, right?
No one knew about programming. Programming was something way too far or much of a science that you could not imagine before as you join the second. So every young person joining the secondary to study computer science, you're more of interested in multimedia, designing a video, editing a picture, doing Photoshop. Photoshop is now the most popular software.
Yeah.
Creating a piece of audio, Adobe Audition.
Yeah.
So, but going there, you actually know it is beyond doing this.
Yeah.
They have introduced physics.
Yeah.
We do now binary things, and then to
Circuit,
understand how machine really operates in a deep way.
So that did not discourage you, because I know this is beyond what you
when
had
you go
imagined.
there, so most of them, when you exhaust the funny one of editing pictures, downloading a video, editing, Windows XP had its own video editor. I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
So now finish that and now start thinking how far I can go with this. That's when you know web designing was fun enough to design a page and using HTML.
Yeah.
With no CSS, please.
Yeah.
No CSS. And later, after we have started using PHP as a programming language.
Yeah.
So writing a dynamic page, PHP. So you just explore that, but now when it comes to mathematics, it starts boring and
discrete math.
You feel like you want to go to the lab.
Where it's more practical.
But it was fun.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, interesting. So were you able to connect, discrete math and what you do in programming later on?
Yeah. I had, I remember, I think for my schoolmates, some of them, they will know, I wasn't a good friend of math, but physics, I liked physics instead. But I would cope. Yes.
With the situation. So this, when we're doing this computer science at high school level, were there like ladies doing the same thing, or?
Yes.
But majority were?
No, we actually had almost equal number of ladies.
Yeah.
We actually had equal number of ladies. Not equal, I don't know, percentage, but we have lady schoolmates. So, and most of them, some of them really continue the journey in computer science.
Yeah.
Some of them are working in some institution, banks, private companies.
Yeah. So they really did well. So they did it really well over time. As much as they didn't pursue it, they were able to pursue other career that are actually good in what they do, right? Now, that said, and there are a couple of people who have joined us online, so I will be allowing them to ask questions, contribute, or discuss this in a moment. So just checking there, there's Daddy, there's Kalebu from Tanzania, actually. There's African Techie who works there with a T developer. And there's Art Akolo who have joined us. Welcome, guys. This is interesting. So you decided to pursue programming purely.
Computer science.
Yeah.
But after, I got more interest in programming
In programming.
than other subject.
Yeah.
Networking,
Yeah.
system administration.
Yeah.
Uh,
So more or less software engineering.
yes.
Yeah. And what fascinated you to pursue software engineering?
Writing down something
Mm.
that will resolve a problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Writing a piece of codes
Yeah.
or a logic that will actually do something that have not been done before.
You know, Bwanakweli is just being modest about this because I've seen the work he has done, and we'll talk a bit about it. Bwanakweli has come a long way. So I think there was a time you are devrel. What I do at AT right now, specifically I do devrel community leads, but you used to do devrel at AT. Which is amazing because now that involves you like ensuring developers have what they need, you help them debug, you help them find the material they need, you create materials for them. And that's amazing. So after you graduate, which year did you graduate?
Secondary or university?
University.
I've dropped in year 2.
Oh, that's interesting. So you finished high school, you joined university.
University for we are supposed to do 3 years.
Uh-huh.
So I've done the second year. In mid, I dropped.
Why did you drop?
I had some life, work, education balance.
Yeah.
So from that time, I was making gigs to earn school fees.
Yeah.
And now the time to attend an exam,
Yes.
find you have not paid.
Yes.
Then you go to the finance director of finance
Yes.
to ask for. They would give you a token, a
Yeah.
paper, say that allows you to sit for exam.
Yes.
If you go there twice or 3 times, they would say you same. So that disturbed me a bit, and I would now say, let me focus a bit, make some money, and come back.
Go back.
That.
Yes. But you never went back.
Hey,
Money was too good.
So when you go for
So
that,
guys, if you are listening there and you want to go and look for money fast, please,
you need to finish
please,
education first.
just be have some perseverance to finish because money also has its goodness. If you have enough, you're like, should I go back to school or should I buy a plot? Should I buy a plot or should I marry? You know, money has its own obligation.
I know.
Yeah, and it needs a lot of discipline for you to be making enough money and be in school. Yeah. So you just decided, is it worth to go back there or should I just stay here?
But I think my own experience,
Yeah.
up to this age, when I'm a founder of something,
Yeah.
I sometimes sit. Should I go back? Should I?
Oh, you still debate on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do debate.
Which year did you drop?
The second year. So
No, I mean, which year was it?
that was 2016.
It's not too late to go back. Because
2016.
I'm sure there is more responsibility as you go on. And also money is becoming better and better. Like I saw your company yesterday.
But I think the thing,
yeah.
me, every day, as well as everyone in entrepreneurship,
Yes.
our day-to-day is learning. Never stop
So
learning.
it's like you're in school.
There's no difference, actually.
True.
So we learn.
And this is practical
Yes.
learning.
Yes, we learn different things, including we are running a startup company.
Yeah.
At the start, you even to learn accounting, basics of accounting.
Yeah.
You need to do marketing.
Yeah.
You need to do customer support,
Yes.
product engineering,
Yes.
and more and more.
So you are learning PhD. That's what you're trying to say. Not even degree, but PhD.
So if you go back, then you're degrading your learning. So you're actually learning. And what about learning? So it's not that formal learning, but we have every day we are learning new things, new way of doing things, discussing with MK, and then you learn new things, how it is being done in Kenya.
Yes.
And so and so.
Nice. So I would say there's no hopes of Bwanakweli going back to finish his degree. According to this conversation, it's not happening. I don't see it happening. But anyway, that's aside.
It's 1 year. So
is this 1 year?
So it go there and pursue 1 year. I can cross eyes and go finish that.
Yes.
To wear the gown. And
by all means. Yeah, how he's putting it, just to wear the gown. That one is not happening. Anyways, if you're there and you're a developer, please graduate. But anyway, I'm not a proponent of graduating versus not graduating. What matters is, can you solve problems? And this one I ask, so after dropping out, which gig did you take? Like, did you work for someone? Did you start, solving problems?
After dropping out,
Yeah.
I went to a communication company.
Yeah,
So the company at that time was doing advertisement
yeah,
and doing web designing,
yeah,
graphic design and printing.
yeah,
And they had a creative department
yeah,
where they would really bring in design concepts and
yeah.
more of digitizing their customer
Experience.
experience. So
Yeah,
that way I come in. So I was working as a creative director.
yeah,
I was interested to be at that position from
Yeah.
the start.
yeah,
So we'd work with team of designers. We do UI/UX, and we develop real digital experience
yeah,
for customers.
Yeah.
And that was my first job.
yes,
After I drop,
yeah. Yeah, so I see Saruni is saying we have quite interesting spaces session, but they would be better if they were not recorded. They are not posted immediately after you advertise them. Give us a few days notice so that we plan to join. Saruni, we hear you. Don't worry about that. That will be taken care of. Sometime getting these guests, Saruni, to give you context, it's something that happens, I think, randomly. So sometime planning it beforehand becomes a bit interesting. And we meet these people when we're reaching out to different countries that we have presence or traveling, and you understand how that works. So maybe if you can bear with us on that side, but we can try to give you at least a day or 2 day notice that can actually give you some time, maybe also to create time to create this. And also, we feel like I would say this. So this podcast will be released in a stereo sound after the conversation. So we're just doing Twitter Spaces to for you to hear that raw conversation and also to contribute where possible. But for contribution by this, Saruni, you can contribute directly. We'll hear you. Sometimes you might not hear our feedback, but we hear you. So feel free we are to request to speak, and we allow you to interact with us, and then we can respond to you. But response, you might not get it immediately. Maybe the other listeners might get it immediately. So maybe if you listen to the stereo one, you'll get what our responses was around that. So please bear with us on that. And you don't want to miss these amazing Africans who are creating impact, who are telling us the story the way it is, who are building solutions. So that is explained. And with the same breath, please, if you're in Kigali, we have a whole day workshop, hackathon at Nosden on Thursday, which is Thursday is the 13th October 2022. And the reason we have this hackathon is to ensure that we have more engineers, we have more developers, we create more solutions, and actually build an ecosystem across Africa, which will actually go on with a solution-based approach, so that we can all grow together, Ubuntu approach. So please, you're welcome. It's free, and there are prizes to be won. There are amazing people to meet, like Bwanakweli, who has built amazing solutions, and he's going to share that knowledge. He has some opportunities. This podcast itself is sponsored by Africa Stocking, the provider of SMS, USSD, airtime, and data bundles, which actually serves across 23 countries in Africa. And we are committed to empowering developers across the continent. And the hackathon that is coming on Thursday is sponsored, is co-sponsored and co-hosted by African Ruby Community, Atlassian Community Nairobi, and after that we're intending to have Atlassian Community Kigali. So look out for that. Also, one and only Africa Stocking, and Africa continues to talk. Now, back to Bwanakweli. Bwanakweli, there's something I wanted us to talk about because it's really amazing. So you do these gigs. Do you make money? How much were you making back then?
It wasn't good enough at the start.
In dollars?
In dollars, it was around $150.
150 a month or per gig?
A month.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was full-fledged employment. Okay.
But I would now have someone to want to power a WordPress website
On the side.
on the side.
Uh-huh.
So you would now make your 200 aside and the 150.
That is 350.
Yes.
That is per month. At least you're guaranteed 350 will
And
come.
for a young starting.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that would good enough
Yeah.
to afford your food in the restaurant, transport, and what else?
And beautiful ladies of Kigali or Rwanda. Yeah. You could be able to date someone in rather at that age. Of course, you're
You would
dating
take someone
out. Yeah, yes.
And you
Let's
pay
say the way it is.
and they pay the bill with confidence.
You see. There's something else that I think has been happening over time, and we need to debunk this myth. Because so even me, when I was growing up, I got confused because no one tells you how to love. Do you know that? No one teaches you how to love.
Yeah.
So you just figure that yourself, and now we have this misconstrued information that is fed to us when we are grown up, and we are confused which is which. So it's good to date. It's good to go there and get rejected and learn from that experience so that you can grow as a person.
I think relationship rejection, it is part of the early rejection a human being can face
Yes.
to
Yes.
boost his courage to do something.
Yes.
Or if he's someone to give up, he would give up.
Yes.
But I think that I think for guys
Yes.
who are still dating,
Yes.
if you go date a lady and the lady will say no,
Yes.
you
Yes.
go buy yourself a laptop or a bike.
Yes.
So it is hurtful, but
Yes.
I think it's what motivates you. Say
Yes.
you now sit nights and nights to do something. So
Yes.
it is very important. Yeah.
True. Because even when you are building, and this is very important, and this is why sometimes I share with the community, the reason why even rejection is important when you are building a company or a solution, not all the time users will understand the solution you're building. And this gives you two things. Either you are way ahead of your time, or you need to shelve or pivot your idea and build what the customers need. And it's confusing because the same way if someone rejected you on a date, or maybe you wanted someone and they rejected you, you would be confused. Am I not good enough? Don't I have this?
Start doubting yourself.
Yes, you start doubting yourself. So this actually prepares you to, and it's very healthy to know that when you go out there, especially for a date, this can happen.
I would tell you that
Yeah.
business life,
Yeah.
entrepreneurial life,
Yeah.
is day-to-day rejection.
Yeah.
Customers will reject you.
Yeah.
Your proposals will be rejected.
Yeah.
And when you're rejected at a point,
Yes.
that's when you learn how to perfect
Who you are
Eh.
and what you are building. If it's a solution that you're building, you're able to perfect it. If your branding was
your solution is accepted the way it is,
yeah.
so you will not actually grow. You don't have
Absolutely.
opportunity
Yes.
to grow.
Yes. And by the way, this is global, not only in African continent, but if you look at the best entrepreneurs, the people who have changed the world the way we know it, they have been rejected thousands and thousands of times.
Rejection after rejection.
Yes. Yes. If you don't know, even Elon Musk, as he is right now, he want to acquire a company, is rejected.
If we reject him,
Yes.
he say, I don't mind.
Eh.
He moves on.
Yeah. So now talking about entrepreneurship, Bwanakweli. So you're making 350. How is that transition from, one gig to the other, then to like, oh, you know what? I want to be an entrepreneur.
I remember after doing that first job in communication company,
Yeah.
I have joined a company. It was a startup.
Yeah.
It was a remittance
Yeah.
fintech
Yeah.
that was doing good.
Mm.
And
So you joined there as an engineer?
as an engineer,
Yeah.
doing product development
Yeah.
and CTO.
Yes.
And we have attended Kickstarter Accelerator 2016.
Yeah.
2016
Yeah.
in Zurich, Switzerland.
Yes.
So that was an accelerator program for startups.
Yeah.
So that was another challenge.
Yeah.
That where I was have to work hard.
Yeah.
I was the CTO,
Yeah.
and then someone building a real life product,
Yeah.
a solution for people who are doing remittance
Yes.
and at scale.
Yeah.
It was a challenge, and I have met so many growing, other struggling,
Yes.
hustling founders,
Yes.
and so that injected something, an idea,
Yes.
how people are building something until when they have it.
Yes.
After
So,
that, I've returned back.
did you raise some fund in that process?
Yes.
Okay. How much was it then?
My CEO at the time raised $20,000
US dollars. Yeah.
and he won the second prize,
Yeah.
which was around €30,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
30,000 or 30?
30,000.
So that was in total like 60,000, 70,000 euros.
50, and it was around.
So the price was not in dollars, in euro.
It was in euro.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And how long did the experience take?
It was 3 month program.
3 months. Yeah, that's fine for a startup.
Yes. And that time, now sleep in the lab, building the product.
So it was that intense.
Yes, intense.
Did you pitch or just build?
I've pitched once.
For the same product?
Yes.
Okay.
And now to build product.
Yeah.
Doing POC.
Yeah.
With some companies. And first investor. Then refining the product.
Yeah.
Talking to a mentor.
Yeah.
In the program.
Yeah.
And it was work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
After that, you would not really feel the temperature of Europe.
Was it during winter or during summer?
It was around September. So I left when the typical winter
had started. Yeah. So temperature were moderate like Kigali.
I have experienced the two.
Oh, okay.
Two
during that period.
I've
Okay.
experienced two.
Because if you left there September, that means you went there in June.
Yes.
Which is summer.
It was summer.
Yeah.
In Zurich, and Zurich had good weather.
Yeah.
But where I've experienced the temperature, I went to visit my family in Amsterdam.
Yeah. Oh, your family also is in Amsterdam.
My aunt live in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I went to Amsterdam. Amsterdam is where I felt this
proper summer.
And I say, this is Europe now.
Yeah.
It was summer. It was Amsterdam is actually cold.
So it goes to the extreme. If it's summer, it's all the way. If it's winter, it's all the way.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Because Amsterdam's the city is built in the ocean.
Yeah. So it can get extremely
the humidity is crazy.
Yeah.
Sleeping at night is
hard.
So that's why we need to love our Africa.
Yeah.
Africa.
No, I mean, I keep telling guys this. Africa. Like, we are blessed. We have 12 hours of sunshine and 12 hours of...
Africa is...
and especially sub-Saharan, because we're in the middle. I think the South African cannot say the same. And I think in the Sahara, northern
Kenya,
part...
Rwanda,
yes,
Uganda.
Yes. I think
people who are living in those countries, they know what I'm talking
about.
True.
Yeah. We thank God. But also, let's utilize it.
In Finland,
it's quite hectic.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Rwanda and Africa is
perfect.
We need to be grateful.
We should be celebrating, right? Thank you for sharing that context, because I've been saying it more than enough time. But also, I don't ignore other factors that actually, because it's just 50, 60 years after independence, so people are still also recovering from that trauma. And the experiences of the colonizers.
When was the independence of Kenya?
1963. Yeah.
Like yesterday.
You understand? So even the guys who celebrated the independence are still alive. The children of the Mau Mau and the freedom fighters.
I've seen them say the Mau Mau.
Exactly.
With the red coat.
Yes. Who?
Mzee, I don't know his name, but he was part of the Mau Mau.
Dedan Kimathi?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The big one with the
Well, then I wasn't big. But there's a story for that. We'll maybe talk more about it some other time.
That Mzee and his story, he's still alive, and I was saying, like, that's now our African saints.
Yes, yes. The people we should be celebrating. Yeah. So the biggest one that I know of is someone like Kimathi.
How old is he?
No, he I think he got, what do you call this? Assassinated. Before even, just immediately before independence. And he was the proponent, like the leader of Mau Mau. He had enough. I think he went to World War II. And he came back and realized, you know what? We have to be free, because at the end of the day, what is being done is not fair.
And they were fighting British.
Yes, he went into the forests. You know, they fought the colonizers. There are people who lost their life. There are people who lost their property during that period, because maybe the father was in the forest fighting, or even women actually went to the forests to fight for this. And it's quite a story that is not told the way it's supposed to. I hope I can get someone who can give us proper context without, the exaggeration or anything. But I think it's a whole new dynamics of how things work. So
I think those things are very important.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Our ancestors fight. We don't have to go back to the forest.
True.
With the spears and
guns and all that, yeah.
But we have another fight to fight.
Yes.
Telling our stories.
Yes.
Introducing
intellectual
our
fight.
Yes. Introducing our technologies to
other people.
Building our solutions.
Absolutely. Economical fight. Social fight.
Yes.
Psychological fight. Because also there is a psychological war going on.
That's some consciousness I told you before. So be conscious of African.
Yes.
So you're African. And now you see, if you go to Europe.
Yeah.
Or US,
yes,
you see people, those startups in Silicon Valley or those accelerator programs.
Yes,
you will not hear any of them saying, "We have this product and our target markets it's X users in Zurich or in Paris."
Yes,
it's say for Europe.
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
in US you see someone targeting US as a continent.
Yes.
But here we do build product for Rwanda.
Yes.
So we now perceive Africa as a one market.
Yes.
And now we build solution for that market.
Yes, which is 1 billion people. And 70% of these are young, productive, intellectual people, right? And that's a very big statement to make, because at the end of the day, not only are we supposed to be doing this, but we're supposed to be doing it intentionally. And there is something I need to say on that I have come to realize after interacting with different young minds, people with ambition, with a vision, with a dream, is that we have the best talent, the best skilled, in every way, in every measure, in terms of how we do it. And this has been proven not once, not twice, but it is continuously proven that we have the best engineers, we have the best designers, we have the best tattoo artists, we have now the best musicians, killing it across the world.
We have best,
no doubt, in everything. So this analogy of thinking that Africa, we are not best in anything, actually history shows that most of things originate from Africa, including human beings. So you need to understand that context of things for you to appreciate where we have come from and where we need to go. And I'm not saying this downplaying anyone else living in planet Earth. I'm saying this because when you see a huge platform like Spotify, not having accessibility in the continent for a long time, and they did this 2-3 years ago, it tells you that we need also to think, how can we build something that actually will serve us, right? And maybe we consider the other continents after we have enjoyed the experience of this platform.
But we are actually able to do that.
Yes.
Why don't we?
That's my question. So maybe we need to be more intentional. We need to know that how capable we are. As simple as that. And now do it. Our government rally around it. Our schools rally around this. Every aspect of our life rally around this. Because
I would mention something.
Yeah.
Last time from our office,
yes,
I was talking to a guy. Mm-hmm. I'm very sorry I don't remember his name.
Yes.
He's a founder as well.
Yeah.
And he's from Cameroon.
Yes.
And he's running a company
Yeah.
in Rwanda.
Yeah.
I think the company is called Bungalow.
Bungalow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bungalow. I think it's sort of Airbnb
Uh-huh.
for Africa.
Africa.
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't remember the name,
Yeah.
but the guy we talked about this thing.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
now the sad thing is that these African startups,
Mm.
in the end,
Mm.
they will be like 60% owned
Mm.
by non-Africa
Mm.
founders or VCs.
Yeah.
And now to bring the question, why don't Africa invest in African
Yes.
solutions?
Yes.
How would an African startup raise 100 million
Yes.
USD in US or
Yes.
a farm from US or from Europe,
Yes.
when we have some
Yes.
Kenyan capable of investing that?
Yes.
And if we succeed,
Mm.
that's the same success coming back home.
Yes. Because even that investment ends up going back, because even the solution that you use
Just
for your
ends
startup
up
to scale,
coming back home.
you just use the money where the money came from,
To
right?
employ the African,
Exactly.
to now paying taxes to
Yeah.
Africans.
Yeah.
Pay if we operate in Kenya, in Rwanda, that
Yes.
revenue comes back
Yes.
back to us.
Yes. And I appreciate that fact, but things have improved. 5 years, 10 years ago, I would say for sure Africans are not investing in African startup. But I've seen consortium of like expatriates, or what do you call the Africans who live in other countries? Okay, I don't need to get one name, but if you migrate and get educated there and decide diaspora, they come together, they have a fund, and then they start investing that in different companies, which is a good start.
I'm very sure there are
Yes.
people who are thinking of doing that.
Yes.
Would encourage them to
Yes,
don't really hesitate.
absolutely.
To invest in your own people.
Yes, yes. Also, I've seen, I think, US, the Black Americans, who come together and have a fund to help, African startup invest in African business in US, which means at the end of the day, and these are an interesting aspect that I had a few weeks ago. There's someone who told me there's nothing as original as an African. So anywhere you go in the world and you find a black man, do you know their origin? It's Africa.
I think they are coming.
You understand?
They're all coming from Africa.
Africa. You don't know the other, they're coming from Africa. But you cannot say that for everyone else. For everyone else, it's kind of confusing. You never know.
I know.
So that means whenever a black man is, just know you have a responsibility on building each other. I don't want to talk about any other person or any other race or any other, and not that I'm biased towards them. And I'm not saying other people cannot invest in Africa. I'm saying this because for a long time, Africans have been going through the phases of trying to be stable enough economically, socially, politically, and all this. And the biggest problem of Africans is actually around poverty and corruption. If we're able to solve that through investing, through building scalable businesses, then we're able to leverage on our best talent, as we said earlier. So what you're saying is very pertinent, and we have people who have capability of investing in our businesses. So it's not like we are not able to do that. So I think that's my opinion, and I stand corrected. But fast forward, so you start the entrepreneurship journey. Which was your first company? Or before, when you raised fund, how did that go? Before you had your own company, did you join another company?
Yeah, that have joined Africa Stocking.
Oh, after that you joined Africa Stocking.
Just right from Zulik experience.
Yeah.
I've joined Africa Stocking.
How did you join Africa Stocking? This is interesting.
Yeah, I've joined Africa Stocking.
Yeah.
There's a time Africa Stocking. I think it was an event called Seed Star. They were to travel. I think at that time was Sam and
that's Sam Gikani.
So they were traveling to Rwanda.
Yeah.
And Jack introduced
Jack Ngari. Yeah.
Introduced me to them.
Yeah.
They have probably asked him if they would find an energetic, dynamic.
Was Jack working for Africa Stocking then?
Before. He had joined before.
Okay.
So Jack introduced to me. So we have done this kind of an informal interview, asking me my journey, same thing we are talking about.
Yeah.
So we went together for a dinner. So after that, say it's okay. We like what you're doing, and you.
What were you doing then?
Coming back.
No. What did you tell them you are doing?
I was telling them I'm a developer.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in keeping doing more of a developer.
Yeah.
Development and
Yeah.
So they've explained to me what they're building.
Yeah.
That time was SMS. And I didn't know really how SMS can be a product. SMS.
Yeah.
Just SMS.
People said SMS, but you did figure out like this is something that
it
actually
was hard. It is still hard.
Yeah.
When you convince someone this is SMS.
Yes.
SMS as a product.
Yes.
So I didn't know, but I say it's okay.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of engineering you're doing around this?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Yeah.
But don't worry about that.
Yeah.
So, but he say we have, since you're a developer, you know developers,
Yes.
and you have a passion.
Yes.
Would you please empower developer ecosystem in Rwanda? I say that is minimum of what I'm requested to do.
Yes.
So we have started in 2017.
Yes.
Talking to developers, organizing events,
Yes.
universities,
Yes.
dev hubs.
Yes.
And back in time, we would just, now I've started getting that solution they were building is more than SMS.
Yeah.
It was now communication, unification of communication platform as a service.
Yes.
So which was powerful.
So
I worked for Africa Stocking, and that's where I got the idea of understanding or now doing more solution around messaging, something.
Yeah.
I remember the time we would go for meetings, and we tell people, what do you guys do?
Yes.
Say we have communication something, and then we make it this communication platform.
Yeah.
You may find some businesses, they don't really get what platform is.
Yes.
We have SMS. Say which kind of SMS you have. You say this broadcast. We have one SMS.
Yeah.
Send it to many people. Say, hey, yes, we sometimes need that. Would you please send some for us now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I'm with Jack, I'll turn my head and look at him. So
Yeah.
do we?
Yeah.
And then you see Africa Stocking is more of API.
Yes. Yes.
Send
Mostly it's designed for
for
developers.
You need
Yes.
to build a solution for actually to consume that.
Yes.
So from there, that's when I was challenged more than once, and someone will tell you, we actually want to send SMS,
Yes. Yes.
and you say, do you have a platform to send that?
Mm.
I say, we thought what you have is a complete solution.
Yes.
So that's when I got now the idea of building something that is not really consumed
By developers.
by developers.
Yeah.
But other businesses.
Which year was this?
That was 17 the year I've joined, and 2018. And 2019 we would face that issue. So I've started talking to Jack. We need to create as a developer, because my job was not now development.
Yes.
Day by day development.
Yes.
So I was doing code on my own.
Yes.
So I talked to Jack. So excuse me. So
Yeah.
I would now start creating a solution where
Yes.
those kind of businesses can fall.
Yes.
So created a small form where you put your name, and at least to have number separated by comma, 10 or 20, write a message and you send. In background, it uses Africa Stocking APIs.
Yeah.
And that now would have confidence
Yeah.
to go and face someone
Yeah.
and say, here it is SMS.
Yes. Because now you're not worried about the code. So one solution that this was still Mister?
No. That was Africa Stocking staff trying to create something to facilitate
adoption.
So that was something to do. And I remember there is one Africa Stocking customer I have supported to create a WordPress plugin. She was in South Africa. And she wanted to send SMS via WordPress. So I have created the plugin. So from there, that's when I got inspired of trying to create another channel for communicate those powerful communication channels.
Yeah.
That's when I've started now thinking, building something that was liked and used by people.
Yeah.
That's when I've started thinking of now. So what if I start building my own thing? That's when Mr. Was inspired and.
Yeah. So when did you build Mr.?
In 2019.
That's when you started. You said,
yes,
I've seen the market. It's viable. Let me start building it.
I had an idea.
Yes.
And I had a form where I can send SMS.
Yes.
So that's when I've started now thinking of product designing.
Yes.
Having a multi-tenant product where people can send SMS if they want to.
Yes.
So that's when I thought in way of building a platform.
Yes. So tell us about Mr. Because you have shown me how it works and it's quite fascinating. And for those who are in Kigali, Bwanakweli will be presenting Mr. Among other opportunities that exist in Africa Stocking. He has worked for Africa Stocking. He has created an adoption model. He has run devrel in Rwanda successfully. And you'll be sharing most of this knowledge so that you can learn from it, you can earn from it, and you can also grow from it. So we invite you. It will be at Rosken?
Nosken.
Yes. Yeah, Nosken from morning 8 to actually 10 or 9-ish because we plan to have another event after that. So the other event is for the telco and the partner ecosystem in Rwanda. And we'll have also some developers to join that. We might not be able to accommodate everyone, but we'll accommodate some of you. So please, you're welcome. But for the hackathon is open the whole day until evening, and there are prizes to be won. There is amazing stuff to be built. There is knowledge like Bwanakweli which you'll get. Please, under this podcast, there's a link. Share with your friends. And you're invited. You just need positive energy and you love solving problems. So Africa Stocking, empowering developers, that's what our mission is around Africa. So what is this Mr. In a nutshell? Of course, don't preempt because, of course, that's the day you'll be showing people even demos and all that. But what is Mr.?
Okay. Mr. is a multi-channel communication platform.
Yeah.
That was designed for businesses.
Yeah.
And loved by developers.
Yes.
I would describe it that way.
Nice. So what does it do?
As I said, multi-channel communication platform. With Mr. You can schedule an SMS campaign, a bulk SMS campaign.
Yeah.
Where you can upload your Excel with X number.
Yes.
Contacts.
Yes.
Write a message and send it to X number of recipients.
Yes.
And they would receive that and you'll see it in a dashboard.
Yeah.
0 codes.
Yeah.
I would add.
So these are low code or no code kind of solution.
Yes.
And it's kind of fascinating because some of the customers who would like to use Africa Stocking, they don't want to go all the way for developers. And we will be able to explain why both are important, right? Because at the end of the day also, there are people who like to build modified or custom-made solutions for their, what they want accessed. So please, for more details.
And
yes,
I said that's SMS.
Yes.
We have also made USSD.
USSD.
USSD. We have USSD builder. A drag and drop. As fun as that.
Yes.
A drag and drop environment.
Yes.
Where you draw your USSD menu flows.
Yes.
Using Rapid Flow engine.
Yes.
That was refined and customized. It is now called Flow Artisan.
Yes.
Flow Artisan is Mr. Product, new
Yes.
product actually,
Yeah.
that automates those flow and consume
Yeah.
Mr. APIs.
Yeah.
And Mr. consume Africa Stocking,
Yeah.
MTN,
Yeah.
these companies
Yeah.
provide us APIs and make it in easy to use environment.
Yeah.
I said for USSD, we have WhatsApp now. You can build a WhatsApp bot.
Yeah.
You can do chatbots.
Yeah.
Same building.
Yeah.
You can do two-ways SMS
Yeah.
by just designing and zero code.
Yeah.
And said the reason why I said it is loved by developers
Yeah.
because it leaves an option for further customization. If you're a developer, it doesn't lock you in that environment of no code.
Yeah.
You can still write codes.
Yes.
If you want to.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, amazing stuff. So, of course, you'll show more details on Thursday, and we'll love to see that. But around a question around that, number one, is it scalable in different countries, or is this specifically for Rwanda companies?
Thank you for asking that.
Yeah.
It is actually scalable because if you see USSD,
Yeah.
Africa Stocking is exists in more than
Yeah.
15 countries,
Yeah.
markets
Yeah.
in Africa.
Yeah.
And you can use build our solutions.
Yeah.
And since we are now going, Africa Stocking is like a parent.
Yes.
So this is like,
Yeah.
wherever the father is going,
Yeah.
so we go together.
Yeah.
They can actually use those solutions in countries.
Yes.
In those markets.
Yes.
If you're in Uganda, if you're in Kenya, if
Yeah.
you're in South Africa, wherever you are,
Yeah.
you can still raise a code
Yes.
for you,
Yeah.
connect it with our own environment, you build the drag and drop,
Yeah.
and it is fast and convenient,
Yes.
and it is fully managed environment.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, we have seen users from Pakistan, Europe. I think even in US, we have some guys who are using us. Also, we terminate for different clients through different partnerships. So, I mean, the sky is the limit. Finally.
Another thing I wanted to add.
Yeah.
And we are building integrations to many vendor softwares.
So, you're also like a dev shop.
Yes. We're doing for WooCommerce, for CRM like Bitrix, like VTiger.
Yeah.
We are doing integration of to every. You see, recently Stripe launched marketplace.
Yeah.
Where you can build your own app.
Yeah.
So we want to maximize those integrations.
Yes.
To vendor softwares.
Yeah.
And people would use those solutions with no code.
Yeah.
We are Zapier. We're actually doing integration with Zapier.
Yeah.
We have a Zap.
Yeah.
So that's exactly.
But as an engineer, Bwanakweli, do you perceive that as a future, or do developers need to learn how to code, algorithm, game theory, computer science, discrete math, and all that? Because at the end of the day, with low code, no code, sometimes you might not know, even with the frameworks per se, you don't know much of what is happening under the hood, and that's limits you at a certain extent.
Okay, I would say it this way. You see, our generation now, the .com generation I've talked about.
Yes.
So they start driving cars virtually.
Yes.
They will have a PlayStation.
Yes.
So they'll be playing games.
Yeah.
They'll be doing wars on the screen.
Yeah.
So it simulates the real life solution. So you may start in those kind of environment to have quick, cost effective solution.
Yeah.
And if you're in high school, and you have time or you want to pitch to a customer, and then you come to Mr., you create a USSD code. Tomorrow you go meet your customer with the working code. So if you want to customize more, you can still go that. But it doesn't really stop, and we don't encourage people really get stuck in that. we all use the online tools. How to do that?
Yeah.
Calculator online.
Yeah.
Currents converter online.
Yes.
So Mister is this kind of tool
Yes.
where it will facilitate you to do that, but
Yes.
it leaves you an option to advance your development.
So the choice is all yours.
Yes.
You say that. Nice. So what's
and we encourage young people, young developers,
Mm.
to work with them. We have a forum. We have
So you're also training them how to code.
community. We need to. We are actually planning some programs.
Yeah.
We need to empower tech ecosystem in Rwanda.
Yeah.
We need to build telecom experts. We
Yeah.
are now in voice over IP.
Yeah.
Recently, we're doing like SIP trunk,
Yeah.
and those technologies are reserved for telecoms. No one knew about that.
Yeah.
Even doing the first integration, you need to deal with teleco integration with no hint.
Yes.
So we need guys to do this. We
Yeah.
need people to build something out of VoIP solutions. We need people to virtualize environment of SMS and airtime distribution. We need people to innovate. So we need to empower developers to work with developers
Yeah.
to build something together.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where we see ourselves in years to come.
Okay. Fair enough. So I would just say let's the developers who are listening to us and those who are in Kigali, who can access, who can come to Kigali, see you on Wednesday. Not Wednesday, Thursday on the 13th October 2022 at
Norsken.
Norsken. That's a sweet.
It's a Sweden.
It's a Swedish name, right?
It's a Swedish name.
Yeah. You can see how I'm struggling. Yeah. So Norsken from 8 a.m. Until late. We will be building. We will be sharing this knowledge among many other, opportunities.
Do you have drinks?
Yes. We have drinks and snacks. People love drinks and snacks. Yeah. We know what developers, love. So drinks and snacks will be provided. Actually, no snacks. Food will be provided. And you'll be nourished throughout the day. There will be prizes to be won in cash and gifts. So please come.
If you're coming to Norsken,
yes,
on Wednesday, don't eat.
Okay, Thursday.
Communication.
Yeah, Thursday. Yes. So that's from Bwanakweli, and from me, I confirm that's the case. Let's come and build. So don't if you're on Twitter, don't leave. We have a few more guests for you, and just. Thank you so much, Bwanakweli. I think we should be doing, because we'll be coming here several times in a year, so we should be following up on that, trying to do something together, and also grow the ecosystem, the tech ecosystem, tell our stories, record our stories, and thank you so much for making time. I know you're a busy person, and it really means a lot for developers for you to make time to share your story and what you have built. I'm sure there are so many lessons that they can learn from that. Which are whole way rounded kind of lessons, not only about software engineering, but also from your life. But there's something I just meant to ask you, but I didn't ask you. Are you married?
Yes. I got married last 2020.
So you've been married for the last 2 years?
1 year.
1 year.
Yes.
It's okay. It's just in October. So it's almost 2 years. Or when did you get married?
August 2020.
Okay, 1 year and a half. So how is that transition, as a developer, software engineer, and marriage?
It's commitment,
Yeah.
as any commitment.
Yeah.
It falls in other commitments we take as developers.
Yeah.
But it's also life-changing experience.
Yeah.
It's when you get married, you just take responsibility, and it goes with now professional to relational and emotional.
Yeah.
So it's a big paradigm shift.
Yeah.
So and it's an amazing experience.
Yeah.
and it's encouraging, I would say.
Yes.
You develop, you make fascinating things.
Yes.
But when you now become a father,
Yeah. You procreate.
I have a small Bwanakweli.
Mm.
So I just, you see the world in
a different angle. Nice. Yes, and Rwandese, they're called Rwandese, right?
Rwandan.
Mm-hmm. So Rwanda sounds weird calling them Rwandan, but the people of Rwanda are quite beautiful and quite welcoming. By the way, they're the kindest people I've seen so far, after Kenyans.
Yes.
Yeah. So I encourage you to visit Rwanda. It's a good place for holiday or even to come and experience what true committed leadership can do. That Africa has that potential to grow. So this is where we end this. But you're also a musician. You are recorded artists.
I used to be.
You used to be. Right now, you can't sing for your life.
I sing for a small Bwanakweli.
Nice.
When he refuses to sleep.
What made you change? Not pursue that further.
Back in 2016, I was a recording artist.
Yeah.
Shooting videos.
Yes.
A performing artist.
Yes. You guys, you might think I'm laughing because I listened to that track yesterday night and I was so impressed. Maybe I should include it in my playlist. I'm also a DJ, so time to time I try to celebrate what you have created as Africans.
I congratulate Eti.
Yeah.
And Eti management.
Yeah.
That it is now bringing. So
yes.
I think you have joined Africa's Talking the time.
You just left.
Yes. So, but I think you have culture,
yes,
artists,
yes.
So you have more energy.
Yes.
Bringing DJ MK.
Yes.
And I think is the guy called. He was an artist as well.
Yeah. There's Fumbi, who is a producer. There's Grab, who you recorded the track with. Sam Gikan himself is so passionate about. He said if there's a time we asked him if he wasn't a software engineer, what would he be? He said he would be a recording artist.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they would give it a try.
Yes. I mean, if you're a software engineer anywhere in the world, just know you're an artist, but you are creating using software. And it doesn't break a bone if you try to record, if you feel like recording or writing a book.
I've discussed this thing with my friend last time.
Yeah.
Solving problems is cool enough.
Yes.
It gives fun and, it is exciting.
Yes.
But when you like something,
you
have your passion, you have your dream,
it
doesn't stop you from doing that.
Yes.
So if you do, your life will be boring.
Yes.
You get bored easily.
Yes.
So you write some chords.
Yeah.
If you go play a guitar, do that.
It makes you. You are right, because when I feel
the
like
guy I was talking about his name was Keegan.
Oh, Keegan. So Keegan actually is interesting. So I think he left briefly, but he's coming back.
Okay.
He was a recording artist, huh?
Keegan, the time I was in Kenya.
Yeah.
We planned to go record somewhere.
Now we'll come with him in Rwanda when I'm here next.
Take him to.
We go to and record something. Even Graham, I need to. You have like a collaboration kind of track, and when I listen to that track, that's when I realize we need to do more. Also, we want to reach out. There will be an hackathon around Sonic Pi, which is a software making music, software making framework where you can code and Sonic Pi is written in Ruby. So we'll be doing that to see what engineers can come up with. Maybe we can get to invite a few artists. Pius?
I think it's a framework to build multimedia softwares.
No.
Yeah, so it's written in C or C++.
Yeah.
So, and it's a powerful framework.
Yeah.
So I used to play around with that.
You see now? Yeah. If engineers come together and say, what can we do in music? There is amazing stuff.
And they would. There's something I would encourage engineers. If you have ever used, I think for you say who's the producer?
For?
Yes.
That is Fumbi.
Fumbi.
Yes.
There is this production softwares.
Yeah.
There is music and sounds. There is guitar, there is piano, there is
Drums.
We need to create African sound inside
Absolutely,
those softwares.
absolutely. Like the Afrobeat has changed the whole thing. Piano is taking over. So let's join our brains together and collaborate and see what can come out of that. Maybe a hackathon, we can invite the best artists around, or even best producers. Try to exchange engineering mind and artistic mind, and see what comes out of that. Yeah.
Any sector,
Yeah.
and what people can do it.
Yeah.
They can apply technical
And artistic skills.
yes.
Yeah.
So if you're an artist,
Yeah.
there is a way to digitize
Your artistic, yeah,
agriculture,
yeah, communication, healthcare,
communication,
yeah, finance,
gambling.
yeah. Yes,
Yes.
gambling is big.
Yes.
Yes, so
We need to create more games.
for sure.
And there's African traditional games.
Mm.
We have, you know that?
Yes,
And from your places, you know there is this typical African games.
yes.
Those games, they need to be
Digitized.
Digitized.
Yes, so that in case you are playing on your PlayStation, you can load a software and still have the same experience. I agree with you, but
the Jenga,
yes, I think Jenga is there. No, I think it's
Really?
there. As much as it's not that advanced, there are a couple of guys who have built Jenga. But another thing that I think should encourage people as Africans is consumption. We should be able to consume, and also those who build these games. Remember, you're dealing with the new generation, which needs even to be taught how to play some of these games. So maybe if you build a game, create a tutorial around it, and people should have fans. It should be even taught in school when people go on a break. Yeah,
As I told you,
yeah,
we have our own history,
Yeah.
and traditions.
yeah.
And that same game your fathers played,
Yes, yes,
if it is digitized,
yeah,
it will now be kind of conservation
yeah,
of culture and
yes,
history
yes,
in digital way.
yes, yes, yes.
Isn't that a good idea, Mr.?
Amazing idea, amazing idea. Thank you so much, Chief.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is amazing, amazing stuff. This is amazing stuff. I was your host, Michael Kimathi. You can call me MK anytime. And this podcast was brought to you by Africa Stocking Podcast in collaboration with Impact Masters Podcasts. Africa Stocking provides you communication solutions such as USSD, SMS, airtime, data bundle, amongst other solutions. And we're bringing you more like Ilarian, which is a data platform aggregation or framework that you can build data compliance applications that will be brought to you more, which is an opportunity for you as a developer with our mission of empowering developers across Africa. And with Impact Masters, telling African stories by Africans, legends, recording our history, and ensuring in our future generation, we'll have something we call data that is unaltered, that is not truncated, that is not exaggerated by our own Africans. Thank you so much. Until next time.